Well, if I was Steve Wright, I'd be able to think of something really funny to do with snakes and cockatoos. Once again, it's Grand Howl time on your favourite radio station. Sessions from Heresy and The Fall. Not, as I said on Wednesday night, the Butthole Surfers. Nothing sinister about this, just problems with the tapes. And to start the programme, here's one for all of you pop pickers out there. Paul McCartney.
I had a dream of always Paul McCartney, faced by all of those who hate to see me. By the end I was glad that it was just a dream. I know it's hard for me to try to describe it. I know it's hard for you to fathom me out. But the point is that I wouldn't have the time for them or you. So come on, say to me what you came to say.
The pig calls them Laugh, and I call them Laugh. That's a new single from the band, whichever one it is, and that's called Paul McCartney. You may recall that from the session they did for us not all that long ago. Now the Criminal Element Orchestra.
Put the needle on the record when the drum beats go like this. on the record. When the drum beats go like this.
I said, shut up!
This is produced and mixed by Wally Jump Jr., Criminal Element Orchestra, and put the needle to the record. But 2 weeks ago I was in Bradford to see Heresy playing, and here they are in session. This is Flowers in Concrete.
Forsaken.
Taking care of business with Heresy in session, and that's called Flowers in Concrete. That's Steve Charlesworth drums, Calvin Piper bass, Mitchell Dickinson guitar, and John March vocals. More from them later, of course. And now the Dog-Faced Hermans. That's Fats Domino and Domino Stomp, which comes from an LP compilation on Stateside called Imperial Musicians 1951 to 1962. And before that, it was the Dog-Faced Hermans and Balloon Girl, which is their contribution to that Fridge Freezer EP, which also features the Membranes and the Sperm Whales and the Turncoats. And so far, all of the records in the programme have been very up-tempo, and the reason for this is that it was low-flying day over East Anglia, or my part of it, today. As soon as the sun comes out, of course, out come the low-flying aircraft, so the noise was so considerable that I could only listen to very loud records. This is The Fall in session, the first from them. It's been out once or twice before this session and may even go out again. Australians in Europe.
Australians in Europe never ever agree.
Note reverential pause. Keep going, keep going. That's The Fall. Australians in Europe. More from them as well, of course, later in the programme. That time there was another record of some sort, too. This comes from Little Red Schoolhouse, a 12-inch EP for TIM Records called Iced Puns. This is 3 Times.
Stupidity, I'll give no break. Extended fast, go quickly now. Ride a wave of prejudice, pull down. Next man on the ladder. The safest one is at the top. It's all a matter of taste. Cracking face, pile it on. So bad it must be funny. Learning how to do it properly. Who would have thought it? They all need to put him in his place. Rivalry, I told it. Cracking face, pile it on. So bad it must be funny. Learning how to do it properly. It really must be funny. 3 times is once too many. The first 2 kisses were bad enough. Too much for me. All these words are a waste. Right away the prejudice, pull down. Next man on the ladder. The safest one is at the top. It's all a matter of taste. Cracking face, pile it on. So bad it must be funny. Learning how to do it properly.
Little Red Schoolhouse on the John Peel Wingding from the nation's number 1, and that's from the EP Iced Puns 3 Times. Now the Smiths.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know, it's serious. Girlfriend in a coma, I know, it's really serious. There were times when I could have murdered her, but you know I would hate anything to happen to her. No, I don't want to see her. Do you really think she'll pull through? Do you really think she'll pull through? Girlfriend in a coma, I know, it's serious. My baby, goodnight.
The Smiths and the new single, Girlfriend in a Coma, and a postcard from Ian from Brighton Pier, in the rain, he says. And this is, I'm sure, just the first of many similar things. The Smiths are dead, ? Long live the Smiths. And I spent a lot of time at the end of last week trying to feel sort of vaguely positive about the sundering of Morrissey and Marr. Sometimes I feel positive, other times I don't. That's like life, isn't it? This is Cold Cut, and this is a record for, hold on a second, here we go, for Freshmaster K and Chilly C and the crew Get Deaf Chillers of Doncaster, South Yorkshire.
I like percussion.
Can't pass the people, can't pass the hitman. 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 Sex machine. Can't pass the people, can't pass the hitman.
Is that a timetable? Well, get on it. It's your time.
Can't pass the people, can't pass the hitman.
This is Cold Cut featuring Floormaster Squeeze, more beats, and another one from Heresy coming up now. Well, two actually, Belief and Network of Friends. Excellent stuff indeed. That's Heresy in session, Belief and Network of Friends. Session produced by Dale Griffin and engineered by Mitty Adhikari and Mike Engels. Thunderous applause for all of them, I think. And last Wednesday night, or Thursday morning rather, I was driving home listening to the chart programme on the BBC's World Service, and this came up, and somehow I'd missed it before, and it sounded terrific coming out of the radio. It's not that obscure a record, because it's number 20 in the charts, but I really liked it, and earlier on this evening, it was described as a born-again tune doing the business. This is the Gap Band.
Say oops upside your head. 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 Say oops upside your head.
Pay attention.
Upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Pay attention.
Say oops upside your head.
Back at you again.
Upside your head.
Radio station WGAP.
Oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Now on all you gappers and you finger snappers, you toe tappers, and you love lappers, I want y'all to say this with me. Say it.
Upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
All you gappers, sing it.
Upside your head. Say oops
Every time
upside
you
your
just
head.
hit on the wall.
Say oops upside your head.
Now dig this groove. Groove on.
Say
Just because you don't believe that I wanna dance, don't mean that I don't want to. Just because you don't believe that I wanna dance, don't mean that I don't want to. Gotta take your ass to Seville, you understand? It's all right. Watch out. I think I like that groove. Can you sing it? It's lovely, it's lovely, it's lovely. My dear, here come the cowboy. Ranger. And when I'm the Kimo Sabi. Mino Sabi. Mino Sabi, Mino Sabi. You on the one.
Number 20, that is, in the Radio 1 chart, the Gap Band, and that's Oops Upside Your Head. And it gives me an opportunity, actually, to play this by Jimmy Reed, which is called I'm Going Upside Your Head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Better believe what I say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Better believe what I say. If you straighten up, baby, honey, I'm going upside your head. Yeah, you went out last night, baby, and the night before. Telling you right now, baby, I ain't gonna take it no more. You better hear me, baby, and you better leave what I say. If you don't straighten up, baby, honey, I'm going upside your head. So smart, baby, the men all call you fine. You better have them to know, baby, you're mine, all mine. You better hear me, baby. Gotta believe what I say. You better believe me, baby. Down, I'm going upside your head. I bought you a suit, baby, cost $99.99. Now you wanna mistreat me, baby, and take on all the time. You better hear me, baby. Better believe what I say. If you don't straighten up, baby, I'm gonna upside your head.
Never made a bad record, that man, you know. Well, he did a few, but not very many. That wasn't one of them, certainly. That's I'm Going Upside Your Head, and you can discover what's happened to the Gap Band record that I played prior to that when Gary kicks off his show with a rundown of this week's brand new Top 40 singles chart at 12:45 on Radio 1 tomorrow. Now, this next is for the Clifton Roadies and Carl in Whitstable, who wanted something rowdy. It's pretty rowdy. It's not the Stupids. It's actually Frankfurter, presented by the Stupids, is how it's styled. And this is called...
Make something!
Silly boys. That's Frankfurter, and there'll be another track from that right at the end of the programme as well. Tomorrow we'll be celebrating the Queen Mother's birthday with a repeat of our session from Head of David, though tonight it's still the fall.
Yes,
resemble the 1973 Genesis album cover. Secondly, 2 o'clock had passed. All the hotel staff had been dismissed. It was just me, the Hoover, and the OAPs. Thoughts, could he turn killer? Asked, could I kill him? Pondered, or is he itinerant? And I guess stay calm and I'll list. Yes, sir, stay calm and I'll list. Yes, sir, stay calm and I'll list. Yes, sir, stay calm and I'll list. Yes, informant. Yes, informant. No people are just scared nowadays of who evil stoop to the domain of. I have not counted on, could not comprehend. Yes, the informant. Yes, the informant. Yes, the informant. I've been spit on by a first-rate moron. Could not comprehend. I had not counted on. Yes, the informant. Yes, the informant. Yes, the informant. Yes, the informant. Had not counted on. Had not counted on. Had not counted on. Yes, the informant.
The Fall, of course, and that's Guest Informant, and that portion of today not devoted to assembling this programme or digging an air raid shelter was devoted to writing a piece for the Radio Times about the Reading Festival, because I used to compare that along with the late and much missed Jerry Floyd, and did that for sort of like 7 or 8 years during the 70s, and I think I stopped in about 1978, something like that, 1979, and The Fall are playing at the Reading Festival this year, and at the end of this month, and I'm very tempted to go along and see them at it, I must admit, because I have a lot of, writing this piece triggered off a lot of memories, really. Most of them good, 1 or 2 bad, but by and large, most of them good. This is from an LP, or an EP, called Turntable Terror Tracks Volume 3, Cut to Shock, Jack Be Nimble.
command. If you're ready to explore, Jack will lead you through the door. Jack knows what you like. Jack can play the game. Jack turns up the bass. What's your preference, pleasure or pain? Jack, be nimble, let his smile burn your soul. Jack, be nimble, let him take complete control. Jack, be nimble, let his smile burn your soul. Jack, be nimble, let him take complete control.
Turntable Terror Tracks Volume 3, that's taken from, Cut to Shock, and Jack Be Nimble is the title of it, and I feel that I'm rather letting down those of you, and there are one or two who are big Black fans, because I've still not managed to get hold of a copy of the new single, their version of Kraftwerk's The Model, nor indeed, and more regrettably, and to my considerable annoyance, and I've been sulking about it quite a bit, have I managed to get hold of one of the 2,000 copies of the official bootleg, You Got It All, Dad, We're Gonna Hit. If you've got any idea at all how I could get hold of a copy of that, I should be most grateful to hear from you. I'm even prepared to pay for it. That's how far this thing's gone. Where are we now? This comes from Unity Station, Our Man in Washington.
You see over there in front of that door. So, stranger, are you sure? I hear footsteps in my sleep. Burn it out, feel the heat. You told me this will all be fun. Now I'm scared that he's gonna go. I'm man in Washington. I'm man in Washington. If you got more than you should come. Washington. If you got more than you should got, if you got hot, then I'm Washington.
Unity Station from their current 12-inch EP, and that's called Our Man in Washington, which leads fairly logically to Moscow, which will be coming up in just a moment. But Kletter wrote to me from Germany and asked me to play a record for bad boy pretzel Tom Huber, who's moved to Britain from Germany, apparently so that he can hear these programmes better. That's the kind of foolishness that I like, I must say. NOTA, apparently one of several bands called NOTA, meaning none of the above. This one from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Blimey, how did they get in there? None of the above, NOTA, and that's Moscow, and I think your man Gorbachev has been trying to answer one or two of those questions. I mean, I know he's a fiend in human shape and all that kind of thing, but this is Dub Syndicate, and this is produced by Adrian Sherwood, available from a label based in Florence, Italy. Florence, Italy. This is Night Train.
Listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. All you people out there. Listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. Happening with intercommunications, baby. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. Good things happening with intercommunications, baby. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. Happening with intercommunications, baby. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. Good things happening with intercommunications, baby. Welcome to the night train.
things happening with intercommunication. Good things happening with intercommunications, baby. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Welcome. Welcome to the night train. All you people out there, listen up real close now. Welcome to the night train. Feeling no pain.
You too, eh, pal? That's Dub Syndicate and Night Train, produced by Adrian Sherwood, which is on a 12-inch, which has been sent to me by Industrie Discografiche La Kerba from Florence in Italy. And it says at the bottom, please find another Adrian Sherwood production in the IDL collection, Rinf Bang Bang Laser 2. Does anybody know anything about that? Goodness me, how exciting it all is. So international. That was Night Train, and here's another one from Heresy, Sick of Stupidity. Oh, that's something that I wrote in my review on the in the Observer when I saw them. That's Heresy, Sick of Stupidity. I've not heard that before, hence my surprise at hearing it. Very good, though. This is exactly what I wanted to hear from them, I must say. This next record requires a bit of an explanation, and incidentally, I've had a letter from Mal Grosh, writing to me from London East 2, and he's about to go on his holidays to Wales, and has promised to bring me back a Harry Seacombe LP. That's the kind of friendship that really counts with me. When I get it, I shall file it next to this Australian double LP of Antipodean atrocities. And this one is by, well, I'll tell you what it says in the notes. It says, George Trevere, pronounced Trevere, worked as a trombonist and arranger in Jim Davidson's ABC Dance Orchestra until he formed his own small band toward the end of World War II. This grand paean of praise to our noble ally Joseph Stalin was written for a 1944 Solidarity rally at Sydney Town Hall by Jack Hatch and Lumsdane. Curl the Mo was an expression of approval which lasted well into the 1950s. It means stand back and preen a bit, take a bow. Joan Blake recorded a number of notable tracks with Trevere during his golden period in the 1940s, including Say a Prayer for the Boys Over There and Shoo Shoo Baby. So, George Trevere and his dance orchestra with Joan Blake. I think this is wonderful. You'll probably hate it.
Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe, curl-a-mo. We've got the Hun on the run, Uncle Joe. Churchill and Roosevelt, and we know it too, that the Reds help to keep the red in red, white, and blue. Light your pipe, you're all right, Uncle Joe. Though the going may seem mighty slow, from the Volga to Berlin, you're an odds-on search to win. Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe, curl-a-mo, big twist. Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe, curl-a-mo. Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe, curl-a-mo. We've got the Hun on the run, Uncle Joe. Aussies and Yanks know that you're a great chap. While you're smashing the Hun, they're busy thrashing the Jap. Light your pipe, you're all right, Uncle Joe. Though the going may seem mighty slow, from the Murray to the Don, all the war cries carry on. Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe, curl-a-mo, big twist. Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe, curl-a-mo.
One from what must be a very limited catalogue of songs in praise of Stalin. That's George Trevere and his dance orchestra. No, Trevere, sorry, and his dance orchestra with Joan Blake. Curl-a-mo, Uncle Joe from the double LP set, Australian Antipodean Atrocities. I'll get it right in the end, don't you worry. This next record is wonderful, I think, and it should be on Blast First Records. Perhaps one of these days it will be. At the moment, though, it's an import from New York City by a band called White Zombie. This is Gun Crazy. Turn it up really loud.
Boy,
Excellent stuff, I think. That's from White Zombie, and it's called Gun Crazy, and it's from an LP which has two titles. One of them's called Psycho Head Blowout, and the other one is something which I can't read out on the radio, I'm afraid, and it's on Silent Explosion Records, and I'll give you an address for that after I've played you this next, which is a little fairy story from Dana Dane.
Once upon a time, Brooklyn was the scene. In the project that they call Fort Greene, there lived a young man, Cinderella's his name. To make it interesting, it's me, Dana Dane. I lived in a house with my crew stepdad and two stepbrothers who treated me bad. I cooked, I cleaned, I scrubbed the floors, and I was like an errand boy running to the stores. My brothers, they used to boast and brag. We've got fresh gear and you've got rags. Even worse than that, to make me feel low, they gave me a straw hat while they had kangaroos. Girls used to say, Dane, you're so cute, but you get snow wrapped with them polyester suits. Well, one day up the avenue, there was a man surrounded by the Fort Greene crew. He said,
Hear ye, come one, come all. The princess is having a royal ball. If you can rap, also dress fresh, you might win a date with the sweet princess.
Well, I ran home when I heard the news flash. I bust through the door straight to my stepdad. I said, Stepdad, may I? And before I could finish, hell no, he replied. My brothers were getting when they would get down. Even Pops was gaming for a piece of the crown. They flaunted, they haunted, they knew what I wanted. We can and you can is what they taunted. They all stood there, laughing in my face. And as they walked out, they said, clean up this place.
Cinderella, Dana Dane.
But I'm the rapper Dana Dane with that.
Cinderella, Dana Dane.
Yes, I'm the rapper Dana Dane with that. When I shrugged, I hissed, they all tried to diss. I'd get them back if I had one wish. Before I could make my thought a phrase, there appeared a man from a puff of haze. He said,
What's up, Dane? My name is Herb. I'm your fairy godfather. You know it, word. Now, I came here with the main purpose of granting you your fondest wish.
I said, Herb, my man, just make me fresh, and I'm sure that I can handle all the rest. With a snap of his fingers, Buzz began to shoot, and I was upping on my body a slick silk suit. On my feet, there was argyle socks and a fresh pair of ballies from the bally shop. I showed him my hat, and don't you know, with a snap, the hat became a Kango. Once again, his hand began to flow. Then he changed my skateboard into a Volvo. He checked me over, passed me the keys, and said,
One more thing before you leave. You must return before the stroke of 12, or you turn back into your old self.
Cinderella, Dana Dane.
But I'm the rapper Dana Dane with fame.
Cinderella, Dana Dane.
Yes, I'm the rapper Dana Dane with fame. I jumped in the Volvo, went on my way. I got to the party about 10, I'd say. It was after 11 when I rocked the mic, and by the time I left the stage, the people were hyped. The princess was staring in disbelief. Reflecting from my eyes were my goatee. She waved her hands like, hello, hi. Then gave another gesture like, come here, guy. I left the stage, girls came in flocks. Fists was swaying from the hard rocks. I heard a sound, not a tick nor talk. Gong first bell before 12 o'clock. No time to waste, I broke out in haste. The princess followed in a futile chase. A quick steady pace is what I kept. Lost one of my valleys on one of those steps. For the Volvo, I continued my stride. About this time, I heard gong 5. I was down the block when I heard gong 8. And the princess screamed out, wait, 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 wait.
Cinderella, Dana Dane.
But I'm the rapper Dana Dane with fame.
Cinderella, Dana Dane.
Yes, I'm the rapper Dana Dane with fame. I was almost home when my lock ran out. And there went my suit, my Kango and clout. My fresh Volvo also went too. And there was no denying that my night was through. The one bally shoe, the freshest thing I'd sported. Jumped on my board for home, I skateboarded. Made it to my pad, no time at all. Went to my room, or better yet the four wall. Hid the shoe away, still feeling pleased. Then jumped in my cot to get some Z's. Early the next morning when I awoke, I threw on me old slippers and me old house coat. Fit getting to the front, my family stared at me, saying, wasn't that you? No, it couldn't be. They kept asking me as I did my chores. My butt was saved by a knock on the door. Who is it? That's what my brothers barked. The princess, the sweet voice remarked. She said she was looking for a certain man who could bring her the shoe like the one in her hand. The family ran around with their heads in the air, bringing her shoes from everywhere. She just shook her head in utter relief, saying, no, that's not the one that I'm looking for, chief. I ran in the room and got my shoe and said, is this the one you're referring to? Well, she said, yes, and you're so cute, but where's your Kango and slick silk suit? I put on the shoes that gave a flash of light, and I was chuffing the gear from just last night. Looked out the window, saw the Volvo, said to my family, I got to go. We drove up the avenue, the princess and I, and in back of me, I heard my family cry. But on the rapid day to day we sang. Cinderella day to day. Yes, on the rapid day to day we sang. Cinderella. Yes, on the rapid day to day we sang.
Where did he get that extraordinary accent? I've not heard anything like it since Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. And if you've never seen that, it really is a performance not to be missed. We're quite bizarre. Anyway, Dana Dane and Cinderfella. Hey, get it? Pretty cute. Good record, though. And before that, of course, it was White Zombies. I mentioned, not that I segued them, but White Zombie. The address of them is Silent Explosion. Their address, actually, rather than the address of them. That's not very, very good English. Silent Explosion, Box 1364... Cooper Station, New York City, New York, 10276. That's Silent Explosion, Box 1364, Cooper Station, New York City, New York, 10276, United States of America, of course. And if you write to them, I mean, send them one of those international reply coupon things, because quite clearly, as a record label, I don't suppose they shift a great many units. This is from The Fall, Twister.
Spread on the road, side dictators mine. Biographies and my autobiographer. When I heard this tune, interrupted much too soon. Was interrupted much too soon.
train from London was packed with innocent children, tenants, one man desert rock.
Gurgles of Pleasure from Fat Man at the Turntables. That's The Fall and Twister. Now, this next record is by Jive Turkey, and it'll be followed by a record which in its day was considered so inflammatory that it was actually banned. This is Johnny Ray.
Feel the way I ran into pools on it.
a night. What a night it was, it really was such a night. The moon was bright, ooh, how bright it was, it really was such a night. The night was alive with stars above. When she kissed me, I had to fall in love. I gave my heart to her in sweet surrender. Ah, well, I remember, I'll always remember, ooh, that night. Ooh, what a night it was, it really was such a night. Came the dawn, and my heart and my love, and the night was gone. But I'll never forget that kiss in the moonlight. Ooh, such a kiss. Ooh, such a night. I gave my heart to her in sweet surrender. How well I remember. Yes, I'll always remember. Ooh, what a night. Ooh, what a night it was, it really was such a night. Came the dawn, and my heart and her love, and the night were gone. But I know I'll never forget her kiss in the moonlight. Ooh, such a kiss. Ooh, ooh, such a night. Now she's gone, gone, gone. Yes, she's gone, gone, gone. Came the dawn, 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 and the night was gone. And my heart was gone, and her love was gone. And before that morn, ooh, 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 such a night.
Well, about that, had your nostrils flaring, and no mistake. That's Johnny Ray and Such a Night, which, as I said, was banned when he first came out because he was just too shocking. Before that, Jive Turkey and their song called Johnny Ray. And now another one from Heresy, a fine debut session. It's been a good year for sessions, I think. Heresy, Too Soon to Judge. Right, you can put your heads back on your shoulders now. That's Heresy in session. 2 tunes, in fact, Too Soon to Judge and A Sense of Freedom. Now those super soaraway 60 sounds of the Smiths.
Loving you is driving me crazy. People say that you were born lazy 'cause you say that work is a 4-letter word. So change your life. There is so much I know that you can do. four-letter word. So change your life, there is so much I know you can do. Come and see me, wide awake and take all of this love that we're waiting for you. If you stay, I'll stay right beside you, and my love might help to remind you to forget that work is a four-letter word. I don't need a house for the showplace, I just feel that we're going no place while you say that work is a four-letter word. So change your life, there is so much I know that you can do. Please come and see me, wide awake and take all of this love that we're waiting for you.
A song done in its original version by Cilla Black, we're advised, although I must confess I've never heard it. Those are the Smiths, so the B-side of the single, one of the two extra tracks on the 12, there is an extra track on the 12-inch, is what I meant to say, which I'll play you perhaps tomorrow night. That's Work is a four-letter word. And now the Bundu Boys.
Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Kunonifungisa bakuru bedu abo bareremo. Kunonifungisa o bakuru bedu abo bareremo. Kunonifungisa bazimu bedu abo bageremo. Kunonifungisa o bazimu bedu abo bageremo. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Morega pwere zichifambira mumako ayo anoira. Morega pwere zichifambira mumako ayo anoira. Morega vana vachitambira mumako ayo anoira. Morega vana vachitambira mumako ayo anoira. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani kuinyanga. Kapwere zichifambira mumakomo ayo anoera. Chimani mani mani, chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani, chimani mani kuinyanga. Chimani mani, chimani mani kuinyanga.
The Bundu Boys, and that's from the LP Zvimbod Zimoto, Chimani Mani, and to the last from the Fall for tonight, Athlete Cured. Well, I want that perish on a record pronto. That's The Fall, the last from them, Athlete Cured. And because I've done this programme so rapidly and so wonderfully, I'd like to think, I've got time for an extra track. These are The Shrubs.
Council protection and council insurance. Saddle up, saddle up. Look, saddles up, heads for the road. Look, saddles up, heads for the road. Pack it up, wrap it up. Saddle up, saddle up. Look, saddles up, going alone. Towers, searchlights round up the flowers, barbed wire and bottle shots, lovers turned into cowards. Made his decision, ham sandwiches, serve it up, Luke sails up and hits the road, Luke sails up and hits the road, sell up, shut it up, hurl up, rev it up, Luke settles up, leave me alone. He started poisoning flowers through our ramshackle towers. Witnesses shivered, kept stone. We haven't seen anything in hours. You can speak for horses. You can speak for cows. Call it up, send it up. Here, it up, close it up. He settles up, settles up, settles up. Settles up, settles up, settles up. Take the road. Take a boat. Saddle up, saddle up. You and I saddle up. You and I saddle up. Take a boat. Hello, hello. Take a boat, take a boat, take a boat, take a boat. Hello, hello. Saddle up, saddle up, saddle up, saddle up. Oh, saddle up, oh, saddle up. Hello, 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 hello. Saddle up.
Well, that's one of the best things I've heard from the band, The Shrubs, and that's from their LP for Ron Johnson Records, Take Me Aside for a Midnight Harangue, which has got an excellent sleeve, by the way. Now, Red Allen and the Kentuckians.
Hold back the rushing minutes, make the wind lie still. Don't let the moonlight shine across the lonely hill. Dry all the raindrops, take away the sun. My world is ended, my baby's gone. Well, the milkman whistles softly as he walks up to my door. The mailman, he just goes on by just like he did before. They seem so busy all day long, as if there's nothing wrong. Don't they know my world has ended, my baby's gone. Hold back the rushing minutes, make the wind lie still. Don't let the moonlight shine across a lonely hill. Dry all the raindrops, take away the sun. My world is ended, my baby's gone. I wake up sometimes in the night and realize you're gone. I toss and turn up on my bed and wait for dawn to come. I try to tell my lonely heart
it must go on alone. But it cries, my world has ended, my baby's gone. Hold back the rushing minutes, make the wind lie still. Don't let the moonlight shine across the lonely hill. Dry all the raindrops, take away the sun. My world is ended, my baby's gone.
Wonderful track that from Fundamental Records, and that's by Red Allen and the Kentuckians, My Baby's Gone. And to end tonight's programme, as promised, another track from Frankfurter, Stupids present Frankfurter. This is Raise the Bread Knife.
All alone, but nothing's that innocent in his little home. Raise the bread knife when you have to feed. Raise the bread knife and make them all bleed. The night descends now, a glint in his eyes. The vegetables scream as he starts to slice. There! Raise the bread knife when you have to feed. Raise the bread knife and make them all bleed.
Blimey, pretty scary stuff. That's from Frankfurter, from their record for Vinyl Solution, Raise the Bread Knife, ending tonight's programme, on which you heard sessions from The Fall and Heresy, the latter an excellent debut, I think. Tomorrow night, The Head of David, and more interesting records. Been some interesting stuff tonight, I think. Coming up shortly, the Midnight News Summary. Thanks very much for listening, and good night.